Assalamu alaikum there everyone, and welcome to Aber Afeef Photography YouTube channel. It's a brand new video. In this video you're gonna know what is photography and photography history, so keep watching. What is photography? Photography is a word that came from a Greek origin which consists of two parts. The first part is photo and the second part is graphy. Photo, which means light, and graphy, which means to draw. So photography means to draw with light. Another definition for photography which says photography is the art of capture light with a camera, usually via a digital sensor or a film, to create an image. So now let's go to... With the right camera equipment you can even photograph wavelengths of light invisible to the human eye, including UV, infrared and radio. So after knowing what is photography and we gave you two definitions, so now let's go to a brief history about photography. The first permanent photograph was captured in 1826, some sources say 1827, by Joseph Nisfor Nibse in France. It shows the roof of a building lit by the sun. Color photography started to become popular and accessible with the release of Eastman Kodak's Kodachrome film in the 1930s. Before that, almost all photos were monochromatic. You will find some fascinating galleries of photos from the 80s or 19th century captured in full color. The scientists, magicians, the first color photographers, are hardly alone in pushing the boundaries of one of the world's newest art form. The history of photography has always been a history of people, artists and inventors who steered the field into the modern era. So I'm gonna give you a brief introduction to some of the photography's most important names. Their discoveries, creations, ideas and photographs shape our own pictures to this day. The first one in this list is Joseph Nisfor Nibse. He is a French, and his invention was in 1826 the first permanent photograph view from the window at La Grasse. His impact is well known that cameras has already existed for centuries before this, but they had one major flaw. You couldn't record a photo with them. They simply projected light onto a separate surface, one which artists used to create realistic paintings but not strictly photographs. Nibse solved this problem by coating a pewter plate with essentially asphalt, which grow harder when exposed to the light. By washing the plate with the lavender oil, he was able to fix the hardened substance permanently to the plate. The second one in the list, Louis Daguerre, a French too. His invention was the Dagiriotype, first commercial photographic material. Daguerreotypes are images fixed directly to a heavily polished sheet of silver-plated copper. This invention is what really made photography a practical reality, although it was still just an expansive curiosity to many people at this point. A quote by Louis says, "I have seized light, I have arrested its flight." The third one on the list, who is Alfred Chiclets, an American photographer late 18th century through mid-19th. He was a portraiture and documentary photographer, but more importantly, he was one of the first influential members of the art community to take photography seriously as a creative medium. He believed that photographers could express the artist's vision just as well as paintings or music. In other words, that photographers could be artists indeed. He was right. Number 4 in this list is Ruthia Lang, an American portrait photographer, 1930s, one of the most prominent documentary photographers in history, and the photographer behind one of the most influential images of all time. This photo of this migrant mother is Ruthia Lang's most famous photograph. There is a quote by Ruthia that says, "The camera is an instrument that teaches people how to see without a camera." The fifth one in this list is Ansel Adams, Ansel Adams, an American landscape photographer, 1920s to 1960s. For most of his work, Ansel Adams is perhaps the most famous photographer in history, which is remarkable because he mainly took pictures of landscapes of natural scenes. A quote by Ansel says, "There is nothing worse than a sharp image or fuzzy concept." Also, this is surreal. Here we are. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, just leave a thumbs up for this video. And if you have any ideas or any comments, just leave them down below in the comments. Have a nice time, and inshallah see you in the upcoming video. Peace.